to a new video. Today we're doing this. We're hopefully gonna get as far as we can. It's a bit jiggly, as you can see. The metal is not perfectly straight. It was an old metal that was used for something else, so it got bent in the process. But I like how it looks. It looks really cool. What we will do is we're gonna put these ones underneath. So these are brick cutaways.
Like
they're
slices.
perfectly, yeah, like slices. They are not straight, but this metal is not straight either, so they'll fit perfect. I have my little new level that I got, my mini level, which is perfect because it has a magnet and it sticks on, so you cannot drop it or lose it. Lose it, I guess, yeah. So yeah, it will show me my level and I can make it perfect. And also, it's gonna give a bit of a barrier for the heat, and also it's gonna lift it up, make it look like it's floating.
It's gonna have a float effect.
Kind of a cool effect. I really don't know how we're gonna lift up this metal
Plus
together
that,
with this one.
2 people.
Not
And putting
breaking
that
the laminate as well.
Yeah.
And sliding underneath quite a thick piece of clay.
And not break
brick.
that brick while putting it back down.
Yeah. It's
Not
a pretty
perfect.
difficult one.
Yeah.
It's not light, it's heavy. I think it's like 130 kilos.
No more. Nearly to 200.
Yeah, I took out like 10 kilos.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I could take the door out, but that's such a mess
It's too
that it's
complicated.
pointless.
Yeah.
For just saving a few kilos. I mean, it is probably heavy, but it's okay. I tightened all the legs. From the factory, they came pretty untightened, so they were all jiggle-juggling. So I tightened all of those. Those are all tightened. So yeah, we need to lift it up. We have scratched it quite a bit. I did clean it. We had footprints on it. Cleaned so easily. The lock is perfect in that sense, but it is scratchable, of course, with the giant metal legs. But I think another coat of lac on over the scratches is gonna seal them in and is gonna go back to normal.
Hopefully.
I think. You can also sandpaper it a bit, maybe to make it a bit more smooth. The transition. But yeah, let's lift it up and try to do this.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a mess.
It's gonna be a tripod shot, so no cool shot here.
Yeah.
Because I need to help.
So, what I figured out now, we are gonna take bricks, put it here, take another brick, put it here, gonna put one here, one here. There we go. So what we will do next is I'm gonna lift up one side only, which is the 2 legs, and Despina is gonna slide the wood underneath on top of the bricks. She's gonna make the chimney sit on the wood, leaving the metal free. We actually only need 2, I think. But it's easy to fit, I guess, right? Ah, there's a problem. Yeah, put the wood in the back, behind the chimney. Wait. Slide it more in. Okay. Lifting.
Perfect.
And we're gonna leave it like that. What we have here is magic. The metal is extremely bent and not straight. So which was juggling. Now it's straight, you know, perfectly fine, all the legs.
Yeah.
And the bricks are made by hand. They are messy. They are not straight.
They're not
perfect
casted,
at all.
yeah.
They're casted in wood. I think they do it in the wood thingies. And they're extremely random and chipped and broken.
You see our wall.
Yeah, so they're not straight at all. For it to be leveled both ways, this way and that way, is magic. Old metal that is bent with old bricks on the bottom on a flat floor that's leveled, and the legs are of course flat. But for all of that to go together and become perfect, it's some sort of magic.
And it's floating. I mean.
And it really looks like it's floating like a spaceship.
I don't know if you can really see it.
I think that's a good adjustment. We wanted it a bit floating, but
But it's like floating.
that's really good floating, and
You cannot really see it in the camera.
no worries about fire or anything getting hot below it, because that's a much more bigger distance to travel, and through the metal and through
The
big
bricks.
So I think that's gonna be no problem at all. It looks amazing. Does not jiggle a single bit. Perfect.
Perfect.
Can open it and put this one in.
Yeah. So next up is
Add the 10 kilos.
coal.
Either way. So finally it's time to start it up.
Everything is connected.
Everything's connected. The outside is pretty temporary, but it's connected. The inside is connected permanently. So we can see where smoke comes through and we can breathe it. We can see if there's any places where smoke will come through. But I think there will be no problem. So I got this one, which is packaging paper. I'll throw that in there. It's a bit smaller than what I'm used to. I'm used to being a deep, deep pocket. I'll put some woodies. It's much easier to work with, much bigger hole. Can you bring me the wood? I'll put some wood inside.
Have you opened it? For the smoke to go out?
Not quite. Like this is closed. Open the window. So that was a huge fail. Does not work at all. Smoked like crazy. All burnt out now. we took out all the wood and didn't burn it, of course. Pretty sure the problem is with the draft. Either it's not high enough for the suction to be really good for the smoke, or I think it's not, the pipes we bought were kind of cheaped out and we bought some cheap ones.
I mean, we could not also see how they look on website. They look like those ones.
The one we put in the wall now, it has like a connection exactly like this one. So this one's an expensive one, has a connection like that for this one to go in, like this part. It got hot, all of it. Well, not hot, warm, touching warm. And it has fatter this side and smaller this side, so this side could go into this side. And then you can put the connector, same here in the next pipe. This is the expensive pipes. This is 7 euros for this size, for 40 centimeters, and those were 7 euros for 1 meter. In the same store we bought this ones, they're I think 15 or 20 euros for 1 meter. So we decided to cheap out.
Yeah, because they looked quite good. They looked
and
really
the one
good.
we bought for 7 here in our local store, it came with exactly the same things. But the ones we bought from online, they were just pure straight. So when we tightened them, all the sides, they think they bent open because I could see smoke coming through those sides wherever it was squeezed. So that probably just lost the suction that it needs for the smoke to go out. Plus also the connector, the squeezers we bought, we didn't buy these ones, we bought the cheap ones, and they suck. This one's here can tighten even this metal, which is quite a thick metal. This is super thin. This one's really easy to squeeze. This one is not squeezable. This one can squeeze it. So this is 4 euros, those were like 70 cents. This is something not to cheap out on, and now we need to spend the big money and solve the problem outside. The inside is all done. Nothing is a problem here. Everything's pretty sealed. The one that goes in the wall is perfectly sealed. That's actually the good pipe. The problem starts where it goes outside and up.
I hope the angle is good, because they'll say that not to do like a big angle.
I hope it's because it's usually you have it going like this, like 45 degrees, and we have it going fully 90 degrees and then 90 degrees out again. I have seen people doing that, but not on a wall as thick as ours. Our wall is 50 centimeters thick. So it's 1 meter, it needs to travel like that and up. So it's not the best, but nothing we could have done about that either. We could try to do it like that, but that's extremely unsafe for the wall and more dangerous for it to break in. It's best to do it like this. For the brick walls, we would need to put a lot of support and metal support for these old brick walls to stay together. Like this is perfectly fine. We're gonna cement it all around. But yeah, I think we need to go on depot and see if we can order those pipes, because that's kind of immediate thing we need. But that's pretty much it. Hope to see you tomorrow with our next daily mess. Bye bye. Pipeys. My eyes hurt.